Hey, what's up, guys? This is Parker from Parker Logic, and today this is just more of a live hack and chill, relaxed. If you want to follow along, you can. I'll try to explain stuff here and there, and if you want to help me out, feel free, that's all up to you. Um, the first thing I wanted to mention is this is a stream, so there will be plenty of mistakes. This won't be the fancy videos that are edited with all the, maybe in the future, but for now, you're going to see plenty of mistakes. You're going to see, critical thinking and research and all that important stuff. So let's dive in. Today, we're going to be using TryHackMe. I like to go back and forth between the two. Before we get started, if you would like to add me, that'd be pretty cool. We can, compete or help each other out. At the end of the day, I want to build some sort of community. So this would be really nice if you add me. Let me see, how do you even add? I think you go to right here. And then you would go to your main page, the dashboard directory, and then at the bottom you would go to add friends and just add my name. So that I appreciate that if you do that. The box that we're going to be um, hacking today is let's see, it's called basic pen testing. And you would go to learn, and then you would go to search, and then you would type in basic and then pen testing, of course, and it should populate. Make sure that everything, when you're sorting, is by relevance, everything's on all. Make sure everything's on all. This is a free one, so let me see why it's not populating. Oh, it's right here. So we'll be going to this one. So I'm already there. Just wanted to show you. First thing that you do when you get here is start the attack box. You can watch the video if you want to learn. And this is our cloud container, kind of like what I was explaining in our tutorial. And if you have no skills at all and this could be your first time trying to hack, make sure that you go to my video. It's the Linux Basics and Linux Basics 2 streams. I'll put the links in the description. So anyway, we get that going. We get this. We start the machine. So starting the machine is like the target's IP address, similar to Hack the Box, like what we did. We had to generate our container, our environment that we can hack on safely, and then generate the endpoint, the target that we are going to. And this is a free box. That's another reason why I chose it. And if you paid attention to the Linux basics, you'll see some very familiar stuff. So this is definitely Linux based and designed for us to get some muscle memory. So while this is loading up, I would like to know, what is your favorite hacking environment? Okay, looks like that's finally spun up. So this kind of looks like a Tmux thing where we have double panes going on. Um, but we will turn that into full screen down below. So we have a little clipboard if you want to save some passwords or something. I love that. I really do. And I would also love to get out of here. Okay. So, like the system that I've been kind of showing you, the first thing I like to do is check the website. Like, we have to check the IP address. Let me copy the allowed, copy the targeted IP address, and then let's put it in there and see what happens. Undergoing maintenance. Undergoing maintenance. Please check later. Like I told you, Control U. Let's see if there's any hidden stuff right here. Check our dev notes section if you need to know what to work on. And you can see this is HTML like I explained. You can see the open tag and the close tag. The close tag has that extra slash right there. Um, and then you can see a note of one of the devs wrote that. Um, and then I told you the second thing I love to do is check for a file called robot.txt. Sometimes they hide a lot of hidden stuff here. See, look, it lets us know this is the server. So we already know it's a Apache 2.4. Now, if you've been paying attention, this is already looking familiar. We already did a Apache 2.4. And then the server, and then we already get a free port, which we already know that this is a port because port 80 is HTTP, the unsecured version of the internet. As you can see right here, it's a HTTP. So we already know that's port 80 without even having to do a scan. And then HTTPS is 443. Okay, so this was not found. We got a 404. If you remember, the 400s are bad, 200s are good, 300s are redirecting, and 100s are like setting up. So anyway, we don't find anything good here. All right, let's get to actual scanning. Let's get to some enumeration. Oh, here we go. All right. Close that for now. And then we're going to open up our handy Tmux so we can be able to use a multiplexer. Remember Control B, um, Control B, Shift 5. That'll split the pane vertically. And now you see already we have root access, so we don't have to sudo su super user, super doer, super user. And then from here, let's get busy. So let's do a ping. We want it, the option for count. And then how many times does it want to count? We'll just do 4. And then it doesn't matter what number you choose, honestly, just as long as it stops. And if you didn't put in a number, you just press Control C to close it down. Once again, we got 4 packets, 4 received, 0 packet loss. So this is good. And then once again, if it's under 65, it's a Linux. 65 to 120 somethings like Windows, and anything higher is Mac. So, all right, it's up. Control L to close. Oh, really? Yeah. Is this your first time seeing TryHackMe, or is this your first time hacking all together. And thanks for joining. All right, so we have um, oh, we need to do an nmap scan. So nmap, and then one of my favorite. Um, you guys may have seen it a bunch of times already, and you're going to continue to see it. It's just little c or little s, big CV. I'm actually going to break this down this time. And that way, I mean, you can always go to help and figure it out, but I just want to break it down for you. So we'll copy this. Just put in the target's address. So here we go. The structure again is the command, the tool, whatever you want to call it, command, and then option, argument. And then the argument is obviously the target. So let's break this down real quick. This isn't all about just like rushing to the flag or whatever. Okay, let's see what. Okay, so SC is like run default scripts. So it's just going to kind of do a script and detect vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. And then the capital V is for service version detection, identifying the software running, because that's the main thing we need. The main thing we need is to get the service version so we can go to one of the databases and all of that. And then capital PN or capital P and then little n, it disables host discovery. So this makes you, for the most part, undiscoverable. So you can, get in there undetected. And then obviously the target. So that's what that does. Let's get that scan going. Now, for the other side, like I mentioned in the first series and second series, I want us to be able to find how many. Oh, that was quick. I love that. Um, we want to find how many directories are in this. Um, so let me go back real quick and um, show you what I mean. So whenever you press, let's go to the IP address. Yeah, so here's the IP address. So you see how that says that when you put a slash, anything after this slash is a directory. So let's say, most old school websites would have a about me section. Let's see if they have one. Contact us. You know what I mean? There's tons of directories. Some have hundreds, some like websites like YouTube and uh, Facebook, Google, Amazon, they have thousands and thousands and thousands of directories. So you don't want to just sit here and look for them all manually. That will take centuries. So this is the benefit of uh, GoBuster. So GoBuster is going to, let me go back and put that command in the right way real quick. Um, Let me grab it because I never remember it. Okay, so GoBuster. This is the way I do everything. So directory -u and then HTTP. Oh, well, that's good. That's why I'm here. So, every day or a few times a week, I'll go live and I'll try to do some on TryHackMe, some on Hack the Box. And then, like I have a playlist where I am doing a lot of the um, like a starter kit. So I'll try to do a few of the starter kit a week, and then this one is just like a hack and talk live, chill vibes. You know, you can follow along, relax, watch. But all in all, you're going to see a ton of experience and a ton of critical thinking and enumeration for both box saved. We'll put in the target. Let's go back, grab it. We'll put in the target IP address. And then from there, we will put in, I know the W. W stands for work list. See how it was just asking for a work list right here? The shortcut of it is just W. So now we're getting the work list. We'll see. Usually it's in this file, user, share, and then you should be able to be tabbing to autocomplete if you're following along. And then WO, tab, DIRB. So the last time, let me see what happens. Yeah, last time I used Buster, and then I ended up getting in this big list, and it took like 20 minutes, and I almost passed out on the stream just trying to wait for that to happen. But I found out that Derb has more of a smaller one, so I double tabbed and then common text, common dot. This is a file. Most of the extensions, and that's what that's called, anything that has a dot, whatever, is an extension. Most of the extensions for files are like .txt. You may have seen like for executables .exe. You know, there's all kind of different ones, but just explaining that. So here we go. Common text, press enter. And it got busy. You see how quick that was compared to, oh my gosh, if you go watch the other stream, it's like 20 minutes. And I definitely have to say sorry for putting you guys through that. Like, you can't fast forward in like the video versions and stuff. But anyway, so let's go back, and I do want you guys to see this real quick. And I showed it to you before, but we're going to show it to you again. HTTP codes. Error codes. So now we're here. We're going to go to images, and then we're going to go to all these statuses. Where's the one I had last time? I guess it just decided not to. Let's just click on the first one. Let's just get it over with. And you can see that we have 200s for success. This is informational. 3 is redirecting you somewhere. So let's say that directory is down. Let's say it's like about us and it's down. They can redirect you to another page that explains, hey, this is under maintenance, blah, blah, blah. And then 400 is error. So we're always obviously wanting to look for 200s, but we want to understand, oh, and this is a server error. That's in the back. If the client is in the front of the network and the server's in the back. And I'll definitely be explaining that more like in depth on my network series. But yeah, so servers in the back. You got a server problem. You got a real big problem. Client you can fix real quick. We can build a client website with Chat GPT in 20 minutes or less. But anyway, so don't quote me to that though. But anyway, so there we go. That's that. So obviously we see 200, which is green. I love how they did that. It's showing us that it's good. And then 301. So if we look at 301, we can quickly see that the development has been redirected somewhere, and I don't know why. And then the rest of these are out of commission. But the only thing, yeah, super fast. The only thing that matters is the fact that we have index.html. So that means we got to read some more HTML, but that's cool. That's part of what we need to be learning anyway, reading HTML. You don't need to code in HTML, but you need to know how to read that thing, and JavaScript and CSS. But anyway, so let's go to it. Let's go check that boy out real quick. So should already just have it up, but let's copy, paste that thing in there. And then we're going to put a slash index dot HTML, but I want to make sure I have it right. Where is it at? Hold on. I'm everywhere. Yeah, let me just try HTML and go from there. Nope, something's wrong. I believe I did something wrong. How do I minimize this thing? Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see. Oh, that's right. So I'm not sure why I'm not able to see anything, but we'll continue enumerating and then we'll just remember that that exists. Sometimes I like to get curious and do all these things, but I know there's so many other things I need to do. So what I will do is open this up and then I'll save this and then I'll call this file. So remember that dash right there, the first time you use it it's called redirect, but the way I like to explain it is it's save. You're just saving something. So the first time you use it, it's to save. But if you try to use it for the same file, you need to do two of these, which is the append. But let's just say it's to save without overwriting. You don't, if you only use the dash once and then you keep saving to the same file, you'll overwrite. But you do the single slash one time to save, and then the second time you use it is to overwrite. So anyway, we're gonna overwrite, and then we're gonna call this go buster file, and then .txt. Okay, so Control L. So now if we wanted to look at it, we're gonna go to Vim, and boom, there it goes. Now we're in Vim. Remember all the things I taught you. You're in command mode. You want to just go around, you can use the up and down directions. But if you wanted to change anything by any chance, let's zoom in, Control B, Z to zoom in and focus on just this window. It's called a pane, but I call it a window. And we wanted to change anything, we would press I, and then let's say, hold on, let me go back because I want to position it in a better. All right. And then let's go, and then we could just press I and say slash development. I'm just doing this for practice. Slash development and slash index dot HTML. And then we'll press escape to get out of this mode, and then colon, shift colon, and then we're gonna color scheme because I have to have it the way I love it. And then elf lord. Oh, it didn't do it. It doesn't matter. So colon and then WQ excitement mark, and let's get on out of there. So that's good. Now let's focus on the next side. Control B, Z, and so as we see, we have. Let me move this out the way. Yeah, let me move it over here actually. What we see for our let me see, Control B, and then left bracket, and then let's go up and look at the very top. Okay, so we have port 22 open, That's SSHing. Oh, we have port 80, which is for the website. And like I said, we have Apache. So, and then if you remember, on the first one, we had the same two open, which is the Samba 139. The version and the server is right here, Samba. And then 445, we have this one, and we can attack from 4.3. And then we have another one right here. This is 8009. I have no clue what it is, but it's running Apache J server, AJP13. That's a personal one, I believe. Anything after 1,000 ports is like someone specifically owns it. And then we have 8080, which is a server. It could be after 10,000, so don't quote me on that. But here we go. So the first one we're going to do, because we're already doing it, is 80. Let's just, and once again, you can SSH into here, which is like going remote. So if my computer, if I wanted to hack into your computer or gain access, you don't even have to hack, but if you want to gain access, then you would go in remotely through 22. But so with that being said, we got a lot of great information. And oh, it even shows host script results. Oh, so this is Windows. So maybe it is above 64. But regardless, it's showing it's Windows. And um all right, so let's go. What I'm going to do is Q to quit to get out of there, and then go up, and we're going to save this scan to nmap results dot txt. All right, and then while we're doing that, we're going to use the next important tool, search exploit, and then we're going to put in, let me go over here real quick. Let's cat that. Let's cat the nmap results. Control B, left bracket. So we can actually go up here whenever Control B wants to work. Oh, there we go. Finally. All right, so we're going to go up here, and then it is Apache, and then what is it? My memory. 2.4. 2.4. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, we got a lot. So whenever this happens, it's a good thing. But what it means is you need to be more direct. So let's go over here and press dot. And what does it say? 18? 18. And let's get some more direct results. It's too much going on. Meanwhile, while we're here, we go over to one of the databases, and you guys will see me using this one a lot. We just put that in. See, for this, it's saying we're giving too much information. So let's go to 2.4 and see what we get. Okay, so looks like, okay, this one will work. It needs to be within the, so this one, 2.4.50, it's showing it could work, but if you want it to be more precise, and this is just something I'm figuring out, you want it to be within the range. Like this one says 17 and to 238 or to 38, 17 to 38. So that one will, oh, it's saying it doesn't work, but it should. I mean, yeah, so pretty much you want to try to find something like this one, a denial service. Obviously, we're not going to DOS. That's like sending a ton of request to something to flood it. So let's just go from here. Let's go and see what we have over here. So it is saying that we can use this. I don't know why it just said we couldn't. Let's see what research says we can use. And I'm just using Chat GPT and whatever else resources I can find. Um, just being transparent. Let's go back. Oh, okay. So for it is saying that we should use something called, let's see, where is it? A PHP. Hmm. Let me see real quick. Let me see if I want to use that. Okay, Control L. All right, so this one, I guess what we'll do is we'll just go with it and use it. So we'll put this into Metasploit and kind of go and see what happens from there. So Q, Control L, and then MSF console. Okay, let's do that then. MSF. It's telling me to update it. It's saying it might be too old, so let's do it. Yes. While we're doing that, we can update the whole system. Sudo apt and then install and update. Okay. Let's do sudo app upgrade and then update it again. Because I don't know why it would not even have the latest update. That's definitely not on us. Okay, upgrade. Just making sure everything is up to date, tip top. We don't want to have no errors or using any old stuff. So while all of that is doing that, let's ask some more questions. Let's see. All right. Yes. Let's see. Click over here. Get all of that downloading. There's been some boxes that when I first was just rushing through everything with no kind of structure, no kind of system. There's some boxes that have taken me like 8 to 10 hours. If you have ever, if you've ever completed any boxes yet, what's the longest it's taken you, and what's the quickest you've ever completed one? Okay, well, at least let's go over here on this side. This is why I like having duels because that one's sitting there loading and doing whatever it's doing. We can move on with the show. What? I already updated you. Well, I guess let me just wait because it's probably going to do what I need it to do anyway. So, usually for containers, you don't need to do this because they do it, they manage all of it, but it is what it is. But if you had your own, you're doing using your own Kali Linux or Parrot OS virtual machine, you should be trying to do this at least once a week, twice a month, something like that. Oh, that's cool that you're not intimidated. Um, is there anything specific that you like to do when you hack? Do you have like a specific way you enumerate, or do you have, things that you avoid or tools you love? Any of that? 42%. This is starting to look like the Go Buster, um the time I had to use the Go Buster tool. It's just dragging. And I know I definitely preach patience. Um I preach patience when it comes to like make sure you learn the tools and learn a system and all of that. But when it comes to the tools loading and all of that, I'm like, why is this having why is this taking so long? This should be already updated. Let me see what I want to do. I want to do another nmap scan while we wait because there's one thing that's bothering me. I don't understand why. What happened? Oh, this is a baby V. We need a capital V. You know what? Oh, really? That's pretty cool. While this is happening, then I guess I can explain something to you. So, this is kind of what I put in the other um playlist, but so we were using Hack the Box on the other playlist, and This is very similar. This is like a specific attack that I believe has happened a few times or something like that, and it was recorded, and they wanted us to use it. So what we discovered on this one is, see how there's 22, 80, 139, 445. These are different ports, and you can imagine that the house is where we're attacking, which is usually like a computer or something of that nature, a computer, a cell phone, something inside of a network, and we want to get the treasure that's inside of that network. Um, and by doing that, we check different ports. And so in the other one, we tried port 21. It didn't work. And as you see, port 21 is not even showing up on the other ones. And then you see 22, 31, 39, and 44. So port 22 showing up. Um, Yay, it's almost done. Yay. You see port 21 don't even show up because it was a dud. It was a false alarm, whatever you want to call it, false positive. That's actual a real cybersecurity term. Then you have 80, which didn't show up in this one, did it? Nope. And then you have 139 and 445. And since this is taking a while to happen, I was going to enumerate and attack 80, but I already know. I just know that 139 and 445 is going to work. So I think I'm just going to do that so you can see what it looks like to get over on the other side. Like, um, you create something called a reverse shell, which lets you, I call it teleporting past the firewall and the ACL and get yourself inside of a network, which is inside of someone's computer or something. So once this loads up, we're probably going to change it around and just go straight to um, one of these ones. So what you would do with this information is, you're looking for a version, and like I kind of mentioned that. So you look for a version of the server or um, the database or whatever information you can get. Sometimes you can just go straight to a website and look at the version at the bottom, especially WordPress. But with that being said, we'll attack another. Uh, all of these different routes are called attack surfaces. So if we go this way and we do this, we use Metasploit, we use that, we do blah, 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 blah. We use that attack surface. We use this and we use that, we use that. This is another attack surface. Um, but yeah, so let's get down to business. It's still at 99%. Uh, okay, so let's go to what we were doing and let's look for, let's see. In this website, um, come on, don't play me. Okay, so this website is someone, some cool person. So this is actually Metasploit themselves. Um, but sometimes it's just a extremely good hacker. Let me go back. Like for this is a actual people who have um they found something which is called a 0 day when it's first found. But this is also obviously happened in 2017. But any exploits that are being found as we speak, and today, yesterday, within the last 6 months, maybe, I don't know the time limit, they're called 0 days. So these are like extremely good elite hackers. They have found their way into, maneuver their way through a defense system, and then boom, there they are. They said, "Hey, well, I found a new hacking thing." And some of them come and report them to databases and something called MITRE ATT&CK. But some of them, they, depends on if you're on the good side or the bad side. Some of them just keep using them until they get what they want or whatever. So anyway, this one is made by Metasploit. it usually means that it's a good it has an excellent way to get in. So let's just look at it real quick. So another important concept term to know is CVE. This is the way that you can find this in all databases because this is kind of recorded internationally, and it's called Common Vulnerability Exploit. So they usually go by the year and then whatever, which number they found it. So this was obviously found in 2017. Um, and then it shows this is what they they used. All this is Python. If you ever come here and you want to, I'm going to go over Python as well. I'll be learning and teaching, but I'll definitely teach you the basics, at least to be able to read it, which is what you really need, and to make basic scripts. But um, when identifying Python is pretty easy because they're Python's Python's functions start with DEF. So you see how this is another function, this is another function. Doesn't matter what it does, you don't have to. And then what that is all together is like a payload. It's like a, that's what they call it. Um, it's like a folder. It's like a stack of information that you send through the a network that does something. So it obviously does this, and it also shows the rank, which is really important. This lets you know how good it is. So anyway, I'm pretty sure it's done. Thank you. All right. Probably won't do that again during the stream unless I absolutely have to. So anyway, we're gonna go and get her done, and we're gonna put in one of these. So 3 point, we'll just put 3 point, and then we'll search. Ooh, that's a lot. So um, we want to narrow it down, but let me see. Okay, it's already telling me which one to use. So how would we narrow this down? We can, because I want to find something that's excellent. Honestly, we can just go to Metasploit. So MSF config. Please don't say it needs to update. Hopefully it still loads. Okay, it's still loading. I don't care if it's an old version, a new version. It happened 3 years ago or 2 days ago. Just load up, baby. Okay, so now we're loading up Metasploit, and the way I explained it is, think of it as like, so you're trying to make it to the treasure, and wherever the treasure is somewhere in the network or whatever. But let's just say you're driving and you wanted to go to one of your favorite stores and it's a couple miles away. Sometimes the attack surface will, you may take a left or a right or keep straight. There's different ways to get there. Well, what Metasploit is think of it as like your Swiss Army knife. There's so many different tools in it, but it also is like your GPS. So it's just going to help you get to where you need to go. And obviously, the more you grow, you don't need Metasploit, but I urge people to, some people, it's like this, I'm super cool, I don't use Metasploit, but you will eventually get there. But right now, use it as much as you can until you understand this, at least to my level or higher. So, with that being said, every time you load up Metasploit, you'll see it gives us some cool little stuff. And then what I always like to tell people is like, you can see how many exploits there are. Our auxiliary will be using those as just a cuter way to get in. Payloads, like I explained. And then look, it has 9 evasion techniques. So if you need to get past a firewall or something like that, this is for educational purposes only. I have to say that because I don't want you to go on, or anyone to go on to any website. There's people called threat hunters, and they just sit back and watch people, and they, will stalk you if you don't know what you're doing. So anyway, let's go. Control L to close that up. First thing we want to do is we want to use, and then we're going to go to Samba, and then 3 point, enter. All right. And then we'll zoom in over here so we can focus. Control B. Um, Dang, how many? Okay, that's not a lot. Okay, cool. We're just looking for excellence. So, search exploit, it shows some things. If you can't figure it out, just use that same information on Metasploit. And then from there, you can kind of use, you want to look for rankings. So this one is looking pretty similar to the one we used last time. Let's see, what did it say? Okay, that was a 3.5. Um, and it was 2017. So this looks like some sort of remote code execution. Let's see what they want us to use. A net APT MSO8. So let's see how close we are to that. Um, hmm. I'm gonna use one of those excellents. I just don't know which one. Let's start off and use. Let's start off and use the newer one, just because it's newer. So what you'll type in is use. Dang, I forgot already the name of it. So let's see. Let me go back up. That's another reason why I like to repeat so I can remember. So it's 11. So see how it's number 11. So Q use 11, and then no payload configured, defaulting to CM UX interaction. I don't know if I like that. Let me think real quick. All right, let's show options and see what's going on. Because if not, then we'll use one. We'll go back all the way back and use one. Yeah, see, I don't like all of this. This is too much. So I'm going to go back and try to see what happens if I use the other one. Back. Back is to go back in here. And then let's go Samba 3 point. And then let's use one. Oops. Use one. Okay. This is a way of saying this is a reverse shell, what I was explaining. Meta-interpreter is our shell, which is like equivalent to it does a lot more, but it's equivalent to like our terminal. Terminal and shell is pretty much the same thing. The shell is just a version of the terminal, or command line. And then okay, so let's look at our options. Let's see if our options are treating us a lot better. Yeah, I like this a lot better, but I don't know. Oh, so it's wanting us to use some sort of brute forcing for this one to get a password, I believe. Because brute forcing is how you get a password. Let me play around a little bit more. We're back before I go for it. Let me go over here because we can look at this one as well. Let's look at 4.3.11. I want my options to be easy just to make this easy. All right. 4 point Samba server 4.3. Let's see what happens when you go over here and search for use use Samba 4.3. Okay. Samba 4.3. Let's just use Samba 4 point. All right, let's see what we have. Oops. All right. Eventually, we're gonna have to attack through one of these. I'm just being picky and also exploring. So, what is this one? It says it says excellent, which I love excellence. And then, hmm. All right, let's go back to the other one. We might have to brute force, but that's fine. Okay, so Q, and then we're gonna go all the way back to the other one. Oh, which ends up having us use 11. Was it 11? Hmm. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna try to use the one that they're referring me to use. Let's see, show options. Oh, so all we need to do from here is just put in the browser. Oh, okay. Let's see. So first thing you do is you set R host, capital R, capital H tab. When you set R host, that is the target host. So we got to go back here, go grab this, and then put that in. So now it knows what it's attacking, and then it's showing that it's going to use the port 445, which is what we looked at. Oh, so it decided to attack 445. That's cool. And then the L host is us, the listening host. So you could see it right here. Another way to check it is going over here, Q, go over here, Q, and then, oops. Um, IF config, which most people have seen this before. And then it's usually low. There's these two other ones I've never seen before, which is pretty cool. But it's usually tune or low. Um, I mean, it's usually tune, but for this one, it's the top one, ENS5. You can see it right there. So anyway, let's go back. Let's get that cat in, or get that back out there. All right, so here we are. We're here. Zoom in, set. Oh, it's already set, which is convenient. And then the listening port. But it looks like we need to find out what an SMB pipe is. The pipe, is it required? Yes, it is required. The pipe name to use for the browser. So let's see how we're gonna find this. I think all I do is put in the browser's name, but I think I also need to find the right browser. So let's see. Bitch. Let's see what it gives me. Give me something good. Okay, used for server service operations. So this means that it is a server service used for network browsing services. So this is a SMB pipe. Oh, okay. Let me try this. This is interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna use Metasploit on both because it's having me Metasploit for the SMB pipe. I knew it'd pay off to do something different so I can learn too. Okay, so let's see. So it's having me use an SMB pipe auditor, whatever that is. Okay. And then it says set my. So let's go to show options. Or first, let's control L so we can see more. Let's go over here real quick. All right. And then let's see, show options. Okay. So it's telling me to set our host, capital H, host, and then target IP. So, and then run. Run is to get it going, obviously. All right, let's see. Oh, damn, that was quick. Oh, so these are all the pipes. But what does that mean? Oh. Cool. Okay. So I'll explain what it wants me to set the SMB pipe. So I'll go to set SMB and then pipe. And then it wants me to turn it to one of these pipes, but this one, it's telling me to use this one. It's telling me to use the service server. So I'll put that in service server. I believe that's what it stands for. SVC. And then we'll go over here and focus on this side. And then let's go back to show options. And everything that is required is in exit function, whatever. And then let's run it real quick. See if we can create a shell, a terminal on the other side. But no session was created. So automatically detecting the target, fingerprint unknown. What? No target, no matching target. I know I put in the target. Let me see. Hmm. All right. Well, then what we'll do is it's telling me to set this. So let me go back. If I could spell. Let's go back real quick. Set pay think, okay, let me just put this in. I don't got time. All right, so we just set a Windows meta-interpreter with the reverse shell, and then from there, we'll show options. All right, let's see, set L host, and then put in my IP address. Oh, it's right here too. See if I can. All right, 10.10.142.93, and then it's telling me to set the port. It's always in all caps, and then 4444, and then run. Except for I need to go back to this exploit. I should have never backed out of this part, so I need to go back in it. Let's see, 0IT. Make sure that that's correct. Yeah. So I can just use this one. Go to the beginning. Okay, now let's run. I think I need to do that all over again. So set L host. This happens a lot with Metasploit. You're like re-adding, reusing, eventually you'll get it right though. Set L port, and then 444. Now let's see. I may need the target IP address. Come on, baby, come on. No target. Set our host to run. If it doesn't run now, then I'm like, maybe I have to do this again. Let's use it. Let's use the regular way. What's the name of the hidden directory? Enter without the slash. So let's go back over here because it shouldn't be this hard. I think I need to get um a password and a username. So here we go. View full page. And then we're gonna go Go back to the website. Okay, and then we're gonna put that in. Let's and then we're gonna go back to our files and put in those extra tabs we should have put in from the beginning. We're gonna work our way up in here. All right, let's see. Yeah, we need to find that hidden directory. And we did already, so just need to move this to the side. Come on now, come on. I do like TryHackMe. They have a lot of interesting, fun boxes. Okay. $210, so that's a 0. So let's go back to Control B over. Let's go check out those files that we had. To get out of Metasploit, let's exit. Let's cat the. All right, let's just do history. Did I ever save it? Okay, what results? The Go Buster results. Just ls and see where it's at. Okay, cat, Go Buster. All right, so let's go check this one out real quick. This one is interesting to me. What is this? Extra terminal. All right, come on, baby. All right, so let's. All right, look at that. We found something. So parent directory. Let's see what's in dev.txt. I've been messing with this. Pretty cool. I think it might be neat. Right now, using the version 2. Oh my gosh, are you serious? There is information of what to do right here. And like I said, I normally do this at the beginning because of this. Okay. Because other versions was having trouble. Let's see if there's some hidden text in here. So this one tells us which one to use. Okay, let me go back then. Let's see, what is it? Samba? I got Apache set up. Okay, so let's keep doing more. So this is inside of dev. I want to copy all of this, throw it in the notes, just in case I have to come back. Oh, it's already here. That's cool. I don't know how that happened, but all right. And then let's go back. Let's check what's in Jay's text. Oh my gosh. Change that password at ASAP. So we can go to, whenever we do get in, there's someone named Jay, and this is where they keep the passwords at. This is where they actually like authenticate and hide. So whenever we do get in, we can go to Etsy Shadow and crack his password. But step one, get in. Um, so I want to save this too. Not that I won't forget, or um, I probably would forget. Okay, let's see what's the. All right, how do you actively use this? Because I want all of this to stay without it. You know what? I'm going to just save this to a file. Yeah, there's some good stuff in these files that I should have checked at the beginning, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Um, say website files. Touch to make a new file. Website.txt. All right, so let's see. We want a Vim in there. And then go to. All right, so we got one set of things. We're done. There was some sort of thing that I can just toggle between both of these. There probably is a way to make that window tab. Let's see. All right. So we have all the information we need. Is that the same note twice? No, I've been auditing Okay, so now we have that information. Save it. I'm not pressing escape. All right, website.txt. So we have that. Let's do some more website. Hold on 1 second. See some more important ones. This one is always important. I don't even know why I didn't try that. So admin. Sometimes there's an admin directory that admins used to use to get in. Sometimes they put extension .php. Okay, those two didn't work. Let's try login. Even though these didn't show up, still good practice. All right, none of those showed up. Another thing is whenever you're trying to use get into PHP, you at least need an admin. I mean, you at least need the user's name. And I don't think Jay is, they didn't give us enough information. They just said Jay. So that's another reason why we can't go that direction. But let me try another payload. So what am I doing wrong? All right, let's see. Back. Show options. Set our host. It's gonna keep randomly trying to attack. Username. Let's try guest. Set. Oh, SMB. And then let's try guest. And then now it's asking for a password. Set SMB pass. Oops. And then let's just put, it's saying put to And then let's run it. Oh, it found something. Nice. Finally. It says it's anonymous. That was an auxiliary, by the way. Okay. So we were able to find the username, which that also gives us a chance to try to crack 22 if we have to, port 22. Hmm. Okay, let me save. I mean, it's anonymous. I don't need to save that. If I can't remember that, then we got some big problems. So back, use, show options. We're getting a lot of Metasploit reiterations. I'm gonna have to change this to being stuck on Metasploit. Try this. Try these things. Oh, so what I'm working on is I'm in the middle of enumerating and I'm trying to get a foothold, which is like enough information that I can work my way into creating a reverse shell to get into the system. So I'm still working on what they call foothold, footprinting in order to get initial access. So long story short, I'm on Metasploit and I'm using every little thing I can. And so far, I've enumerated the. I found a few directories and I found some little information that I saved to a few files. And then I also so far have found out that they are using. They're going and the login. Some of the information is anonymous, and it might be double anonymous. So that's where I'm at right now. Let's see. So let's go to show options. Oops. Show options. Hey, how much does this require? Just the R host, the port, and that's it. Just the R host and the R port. So the port is 22. So right now we're actually kind of getting on 22 or whatever or whatnot. But let me toss this watch before it starts dinging. All right, so SSH login. We need to set the target again. And then the target IP. And this is TryHackMe this time, by the way. So, and then set that. And now it's telling me to try to crack for the password. No Hydra today. And then run. We're still brute forcing, and later on I'll explain how to brute force using like an actual tool called Jack the Ripper. But right now we're just trying to get through this. We're just trying to get through. So we have anonymous as the user name so far. And then let's see if we can get somebody's password. How are you doing today? Let's just hope that this brute force doesn't take 6,000 years, because sometimes the uh, it can take a long time. Long story short, like there's some tools with Hydra, which is another like password cracking tool. Yeah, this box is let's see, what is this box called? It's called Basic Pen Testing. Says it's supposed to be easy. Um, it is, but you see me, I'm going through it. Oh, I've already done this. J is Jan, and hopefully we find that. But J is Jan, and then the password, bruh. I wonder if someone who's been watching this noticed that I've done this. I didn't even know that I've done this. Um, which is cool. I was going at it in an aspect as if I've never even done it before. But hopefully that shows that we're gonna eventually get the name Jan, because we found out that there was somebody named with J, but we didn't know if that could have been James. Yeah, the struggle was real for a little bit, but I love it. And I think that's why I'm doing this. Like, well, I don't think that's why. That's why I'm doing this, because I see that like a lot of the channels just skip all the like struggle, and then this is how you do this, this is how you do this, is how you do this, is how you do that. Boom. But then that doesn't teach anyone anything. That then they go around thinking, "Oh yeah, I can just waltz right through all these boxes." No, I've had 8 hour, 10 hour boxes. Um, that it's taken me that long to crack. Um, but at the same time, this is now I can just SSH in there. So we'll let brute force do his thing. Yeah, yeah, that's cool, brute force. But we'll just remote ourselves in. So our name is Jan, and then at and then the target is another thing we found out about Jan is that she has made a really bad password. Are you sure you want to connect? Yes. Get us in there. Then we'll let brute force do his thing, but we'll also just know that once brute force gets done doing its thing, it's going to be Armando, because that can take 60 years, and I don't know if you guys want to wait 60 years. So now we're in. This is what it kind of looks like. And going back to my first episode, using the Linux basics. So Linux or LS. No way. This is let me see, hold on. What are they? So let's see, sudo dash L. I already put that in. Did I not put it in right? Oh, they're asking for the privileges for. Let me see something. Let me open up a new tab. So no, I didn't. All right. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Control B C. Okay. So let's go look at those files real quick. I know I saved those files. Come on. Website. There we go. Okay. I've been auditing ETC Shadow. We don't have any, to make sure we don't have any weak credentials. This is normal admin stuff. I was able to crack your hash easily. You know your password, you know our password policy, so they're like, change it before you get in trouble. Okay, so let's go see what's going on with ETC. Control B and then N. So to make a new window, because I never explained that in any of the streams, is Control B and then C. And then you can press Control B W to look at what all you have going on. So we have this, these are the two we've been working on, and then obviously we have this new one. And that's a quick way to kind of go between them all. But what I'm trying to figure out is, hold on, navigation. Let's see. I wonder why none of these commands are working. Let's see. CD slash. Oh, now it's working. Sudo. I just went to root and then, so it won't give me those privileges. Every time I try to use that, it's like saying you need to put in the person above you. So I need to see what all privileges does she have, and they won't let me. So password for Jan is Armando. Let's see if that gets me. Okay, so let's see ID. What privileges does she have? She just has basic privileges. So she's definitely like a new employee. You might as well. Who am I? I already know I'm Jan, but that's another one. You name dash A. So see, the brute force is still working. Man. Let's just not even focus on that no more. We're past that in life. Um, so this kind of shows all of the different things she has. Let's see. All right, let's continue using some of the things I mentioned. Zero. Let's see what shell she has. It's not that important, but still, let's do it. We can't do all that stuff. So let's ls our way into home, which is the first place you want to go. Jan, ls. What? Okay, so let's go back then. ls, cd into k, ls. Let's check that pass. Permission denied. I want to be K. So let's see if we can find some sort of way to get in there. We're going to go all the way back to root. We're going to check our eti. At this point, we are already inside. If you are paying attention and you didn't know, we're inside someone else's computer. We're inside Jan's. And like I mentioned in the Linux Basics 2, let's just say she's a day one or a new employee. She's kind of like at the entry level tier, and our goal is to try to get from there to maybe a lead, or supervisor to get to admin. And we know from the note before, Kay is the admin because she's the one who's telling Jan, hey, you need to check your passwords and change it. So admins are the ones who say that type of stuff. With that being said, she said there was something interesting in Etsy's shadow. Um, oh, what am I doing? Okay. So CD slash ET slash SHA. All right, let's just get in here first and then look. Hmm. What am I missing? Password. It's probably password. Let me go back to these notes real quick. If you notice a trend with me already, I'd be forgetting stuff super quick. Uh, okay, where she say Etsy shadow? Okay, I think I need K to enable that, but let's see. So Control B. Oops, I did not mean to create a new one. Still brute forcing. Still. Cat password. Oh, okay, here we go. Finally. So, like I mentioned before, you can see all the different people's. So, where's K at? Oh, so K's right here. Um, and then we have Jan. So there's only two employees that work here. Obviously, we would have been able to see more. Sometimes whenever you get shells, you end up right here. You end up with this type of shell. We'll talk about that more. And then here's root at the top. So let's say we wanted to just for fun, we wanted to just just see all the names. So what we would do is we would cat slash password. Let's go back real quick. I just want to do this for fun. So cat slash password. Why is it telling me I can't? Cat slash etc password. Yeah, I knew that. And then we're gonna pipe, and then we're gonna cut. So I just want you to see this one because dash D colon, and then we're gonna put. It's asking what type of delimiter. See how everything's split up by. This is technically delimited by colons. So we would put a colon in here. So colon, and then it was going to ask us what section after each delimiter. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the point. Dash F1. And now it's just giving us just the names. Um, but anyway, let's go back. Never managed that part. Slash password. Where are we? Oh, I don't know why I keep CDing to it. Okay, so here we go. We're back here. All right. So this is find all type um, name. I like to put over here I name so it can be case sensitive, and then saying password directed to dev no. And then it shows that there's 4. Let me clean this up real quick. And then let me clean this up and redo it. So here's all the passwords that are here. And here's all the pathways to get to the, or anything that shows passwords. Here's all the pathways to get there. Um, this is privilege escalation. I say privilege escalation is the hardest. And I'm pretty sure a lot of even elites, regular folks, um, it's the hardest part. It's the part of going from Jan to K to whomever and working your way through. There are some programs that people use to just automate this, but me personally, I want to learn this one on my own. Like there's some things I can do on Metasploit without any help, and then I'm still using Metasploit. I'm not super elite, but or I'm beginner. But what as far as Linux privilege escalation, I want to become a master at this. This is where I want to specialize in. So um, I'm definitely using a lot of the normal routes. If you find a user bin Python, there's wanting me to look for user bin Python. Nope, no user bin Python. So let's try 2 more things and then we should be, we'll see. Check our status. Okay, it's telling us, wow, this is still going. At this point, I don't even care. Um, but we'll use another one. No. You get the point. Eventually it would eventually find the password. I don't know if it would find it in your sleep or you'd find it in 2026, but it would find it. Um, so it's wanting us to find the version of the kernel. So we will, oops, control B, um, control B, P, search exploit, and then it wants us to use which version of the kernel, which I just forgot already. Control B, W, up, up, and it's saying that it's called Let's just copy all of that. And the kernel is just a top. When you first turn on your computer, like for Windows, and you get that screen normally before that you can boot in and change all that, that's the kernel. Well, this is the kernel for Linux, or they want us to go to the top. Usually, if you get a kernel exploitation, which could kind of mess things up, but if you get a kernel exploitation, it's like the top. All right, let's see. So I want to actually look for Linux kernel, um, Linux kernel formation, Linux kernel format. Let's see if we get something nice. No, I don't want you to teach me what a kernel is. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Hmm. All right, let's go into this one and try to put it in. Let's see what happens when I do this real quick. Bam. All right. Let's see. I need to start pasting stuff a little bit more. Control B W. It says basics 4.4, basic 2 4.4.0. Let's go back down here. Oh, I see it right there. Okay, I see what's going on with all of these. 4 point, let's just go 4.4. Get rid of basic 2. So I think what we got to look for, Control B. What we got to look for is Linux kernel 4.4 right here. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing privilege escalation. So now we're looking for which one shows the best, like which one is excellent. Hmm. Dang. So we are in good shape, but I need to go and paste this somewhere because I'm gonna keep doing it over and over. So let's see, what is this? It's an Ubuntu. No. Let's see. All right, let me actually copy this. So this is Ubuntu. Okay. So 4.4 to 0119 generic and it's Ubuntu. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go back up one more time. So Control B and then left bracket. I'm about to stop that brute force because I don't know if I did already, but let's see. Okay, so this looks like this is the one. Yep, this is it. This has got to be it. Based off of all the information I'm seeing on the other side. 4.4, 4.4, and then it says Ubuntu. Yep, let's use this one. So I'll keep that one just in case. Let's get out of here. Control L, Metasploit. It's talking about some tool called Dirty Cow. All right, let's continue and just see what it's telling us to do before it closes on us. SSH, not what is the name? If you found another user, so I just need to get to the part where it's showing me. Let me see real quick. Let me just get to the part where it's showing me the password to crack. So that way, this won't have to be drug out too far, too long. Okay, so let's see, back. I'm just going to do this for back, exit. Control B, Z. No. All right, there's some password somewhere that we need to crack. Let's see, Control B, Z. Come on. All right, Control. Keep pressing N. Control B, Z. Sheesh. Control B, go over. Let's just see what we can get being nosy. See if we can find our way into. So CD, shadow. Cat shadow. Shadow. Permission denied. Let me ask them this. What current so let's see. To figure out how to get into her password. No. Guess that's where we're gonna have to end. Let's actually see what they say. Oh, so he ended up using Jack the Ripper. Oh, I needed to get K's information in order and then log in as K and then go from there. So that's kind of what happened, or that's kind of what I needed to do. Oh, so he used LinPs. I guess I'm gonna have to start using LinPs until I get used to it. That is one of the actual things you need to use to use privilege escalation in a quick way. I want to see what he ends up getting to get this real quick. Yeah, for my next stream, I'm gonna definitely try to do it first, or at least, somewhere in between. I want to see. Come on. User bin sudo. I didn't see that. I didn't see user bin Python either. Hmm. Oh, I think this is done. Yeah, I think from there I'm just gonna maybe let's see. I want to finish it, but at the same time, I think that's where I'm probably gonna end it for tonight. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It is what it is. But throughout the whole journey today, we were able to use Linux to make our way into the box, and then we um, did a little bit of web exploitation. With the web exploitation, we found some hidden files eventually. We were supposed to brute force for more information, and we were able to get at least anonymous using Metasploit. Um, there were so many routes trying to make it in using Metasploit that we ended up using like six or seven. So it is what it is. It happens. It happens. With that being said, we also finally SSH'd our way into one of the users, the entry level users, and um, I was trying to use, I was trying to use um, my skills to connect to use Linux privilege escalation into getting the credentials from Jan to K, like I explained earlier. But the biggest thing is that is actually one of the hardest. Most people they will try to they'll use something like LinPs. There's another one, Lin something else, and they are kind of like Metasploits, but they're just directed for for privilege escalation. I want to grow my privilege escalation skills. I want to get to a point where I'm really comfortable teaching. So in some streams, if you have information and you want to help, please help me. If you just want to sit around and learn, that is perfectly fine. But it kind of will be a struggle with some of these, and I'll put those streams out there. But besides that, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you watched at least a good amount, and I'll see you in the next stream. I plan on doing another stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday around 7 p.m. Mountain Time. With that being said, thank you so much.